Here are 6 tricks to help yourself paint loosely, even from a photograph. But first, why do some of us love loose paintings so much? I love the raw, open quality of certain paintings. By keeping brushstrokes or sketch marks visible, the artist leaves space for the viewer to see either something about the painter or something about the process. I think it's a generous thing when a painter invites the viewer in like this. Some people call loose paintings painterly, but for me, sometimes it's not even painterly strokes that define this look. It's also not unfinished, although some might mistakenly think it is. It's a decision, usually one made with a lot of self-restraint, to leave some of the doors open to reveal how an image is built. And when I said raw, I don't mean sloppy. In fact, I think the best loose paintings have a well-considered structure, whether it's a strong composition or an interesting value structure with darks and lights that guide your eye around the picture plane. I don't think loose paintings are better than more detailed, refined ones. I just enjoy them for the powerful, visceral effect they have. It's like 2 genres of music, like classical versus jazz. One painting approach might fill us with reverence and awe, and another might bubble with lively energy or ignite a little fire in our imagination. So, if you are looking for bubbles or fire, here are 6 ideas if you're trying to make your paintings more open and free. First thing is a mindset. Trust that the viewer will get it. You don't have to explain every single thing in a drawing or painting. In fact, it's kind of like taking the fun out of it for the viewer because they can't use their minds and imaginations to follow your visual suggestions that you make with implied lines or unfinished parts. 2, start with a toned ground, any color, any intensity. I tend to choose intense colors to tone my ground, but that's a personal choice and it's not for everyone. Here you can see I toned the ground with a bright yellow. So unless you want white to be an important part of your composition, you can take your painting almost halfway there by deciding on a significant color and painting your canvas or panel before starting the painting. This sets the mood immediately and unifies the image. Even if you completely cover it, the color glows through, especially with the more translucent colors. There's a whole interesting conversation you can have with the undercolor and the actual painting's colors. And if in your main painting you leave parts unfinished, it looks intentional, because it is. Number 3, on a separate sheet of paper, do some quick sketch studies. They don't have to look great, they're just helping you organize your thoughts and warm up. This way you can get the kinks out, build confidence that you see what you see, and make decisions about what you want to include in the composition. Number 4, make a notan sketch to organize your value structure. I made a separate video about notan sketches here, but basically it means making a harmonious composition with darks and lights. I use black ink and a brush on white paper to make my notans. It's not a line drawing, it's a dark and light shape study. You can kind of see my notan sketch there on the right side of the screen. I left it up because I found it useful to just have it nearby. Number 5, in your planning process, know what colors you want to use, even if it means picking your paint and doing a few brush strokes and mixing of colors on a piece of scratch paper just to see how they feel together. Especially if this is a more open painting, the colors will mean even more. You want to be intentional with the colors to create an interesting visual experience. Number 6, set a timer or limit your painting time. Don't give yourself too much time to overthink. Allow lively brush strokes to happen and don't worry about it. Remember, this is fun. It's just paint and you can always do another one if you absolutely hate what you make, but don't throw your hated painting away right away. You might be surprised later. Number 7, this is a bonus. Try making a painting with as few brush strokes as possible. 30 is a common number for this popular painting exercise, and it's a fun challenge that prevents you from getting caught in the details. There are tons more ways to help yourself keep things open and loose with your painting. If you have some favorites, feel free to share below, and thank you for liking and subscribing. It's helping a lot. Stay tuned for more painting tips and other information about building your art practice. Until next time.